Well, Danny, it's a 1-1 draw today at home to Halifax. Should it have been 3 points instead of 1?
I mean, based on the first half, yes. Second half, we were nowhere near it. We allowed them back in the game, and actually, when you look at the last 10 minutes, 8 minutes, they probably will be walking out there thinking they should have won the game. The chances we let them have. So, but that's what happens when you don't punish teams in this league. You always let them have an opportunity, and when it comes to set pieces and stuff like that, everyone's dangerous in this league. So, kind of disappointed we didn't get 3 points based on probably 45, 50, 60 minutes. At the end of the game, you're probably looking and thinking, right, okay, we'll take the point.
And was it frustrating again, not being able to? Is it a lesson not being able to kill teams when we are on top, because it was an intense first half, wasn't it, from our part?
I think if you look at the first half, anyone watching the first half would have thought that we were second and they were 19th, because we could have been 3 or 4 up at half time. The only problems they caused us were problems we caused ourselves. So yeah, that is football. You have to kill the opposition off, and we just said in the dressing room, we can't have to keep a clean sheet to win a football match. That's difficult to do. It's not impossible, but it's difficult. So yeah, you've got to be ruthless at this level and punish teams.
And that first half was an electric start, wasn't it? Scoring after 47 seconds, I think it was, and the intensity that whole half, we absolutely put them to the sword. Was it hard to keep up them levels after that hour mark?
I do think we looked tired in the second half. It's probably the first game this season where we looked a little bit leggy. It's been a tough, just like everyone else to be fair, it's been a tough start. So we have to look at that and see why, and ask the questions and see how the players are feeling. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's a point. You stop the run of defeats. They're second in the league before today, and again another team that's come to us or we've gone to them, and you're looking at it and thinking, if that's the top of the league, this team should be optimistic about everything going forward.
You made a couple of changes today. I know Cody Onoli got back on the bench as well, back from injury, and Alfie was out there as well, his first start, and he got man of the match. Were you pleased with the lads who came in? Yeah,
we've got a good squad. We said that from day one. That it's one of those where you look around the dressing room and you don't think, I'm worried about him, or I'm not so sure what he can do. We're confident in what we've got. So if they need to make a debut or need to come on, we're confident they can impact the game and have an influence on it.
And we've got a week now without no games in midweek, but then 2 tough games in 3 days on the bank holiday weekend. Are you monitoring the players, looking into that after today? Are you looking around, seeing any dodgy links?
It's the first Saturday to Saturday we've had so far this season, so it'll be about managing and making sure they recover properly. But we need to train. That's what we've just said in there. It's a ruthless league, it's a relentless league, and therefore that has to be mirrored in our training. We've still got to train, and we can't be just giving players days off because they're feeling a bit tired. It's hard. It's hard work, but that's why they get paid to do what they do.
And just towards the end of the second half, there was, I think Kins was one struggling now. Did he look? Was it just a knock that he picked up there?
No, he's just fatigued. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. And then next week, it's Torquay. It's on BT Sport. Is there anything about managers and players' preparations go different when they know they might be on TV and everyone might be watching them back at home or something?
Probably get my hair done. No, it's just another football match. And whether it's on TV or not, or whether it's a 7:45, 5:20, whatever the kick-off time is irrelevant. It's another football match.
Does having that late kick-off when there's a game on Monday affect preparation at all, or is it just?
It's another game. You're talking 2 hours. Yeah. If we're arguing over 2 hours, then we're probably doing something a little bit wrong.
And the crowd today, it wasn't as big as any crowds we've had for the rest of the season, but they were positive in getting behind the boys. That was especially in that first half as well, when it was electric.
The fans watching the first half would have felt, well, great value for money, and then obviously to hold on and get the point with the onslaught that we kind of suffered at the end. Would they go away happy? Hopefully so, but that's down to us. It's down to us and the players to get big crowds and get them loud, because bottom line is people pay to see your team win, and we've got to make sure that we're doing everything we can to do that. So we have to take responsibility for the noise of the crowd, the atmosphere and everything. We've got to energise.
And that first half, coming out half time, fans looking at the performance, is that a benchmark of a Danny Searle Aldershot team you want to see here every week, every game?
I think we should. I'll be honest with you, the first half was good and was probably on the same level as our second half against Bromley. I think genuinely hope the fans have seen what we're about generally for 95 minutes, because that's the average length of a game. The second half was nowhere near what we're capable of doing, and we need to look at the reasons why that's potentially happened and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, Danny.
Cheers, Chris. Thank you very much.